How's it going, fish fam? Those of y'all who are new to my channel, my name's Austin and this is Fintastic Freaks. So today guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this little video series, montage, spree, whatever you want to call it, of Aquaticon and show everything we came back home from Knoxville with, whatever it be from the event that was Aquaticon itself or our recent store visit to Aquatic Marine, which was also in Knoxville. Before we get started here real quick, to those of you that have seen my live streams showing off some of these things will look familiar, but there are a couple of new things here that we have not shown off here yet on the channel, such as the fish from Aquatic Marine, of course, and some other things here as well. But enough intro, let's look at the fish. So the first tank we'll visit is my 20-gallon hex, which as you can see, I've decided to keep because, well, there's fish in it. And in this 20-gallon hex, you can see we have the copper koi beta, who looks a lot better in here than he did that cup earlier. And as you can see, also swimming around in there with him, we have a little school of Tetras. This copper koi beta here, as some of you may recall from a past live stream, we bought at Aquaticon from MB Betas, an amazing beta breeder who is at the show here. And I will say again, he looks a lot better in this 20-gallon hex here than he did that cup earlier. And sharing this tank, as you can kind of see towards the back there, we have a little group of Tetras. More specifically, those are panda Tetras, and they love to swim and weave and sometimes hide behind the jungle val here, which we did get at Aquaticon, but the panda Tetras themselves here, actually, we did not get in Tennessee. We got these little guys at one of my local fish stores here in Omaha, Rivers and Reefs to be precise. Perhaps we'll have to do a video on that store here in the near future. And as you can see, the panda Tetras, a beautiful silver main body there with some black and white in the tips of their fins there. I think it's a great combination. I mean, more basic colors on these guys, but then mix that with all the colors on the beta. I think they really complement each other, and I think overall, guys, we found a pretty good use for this 20-gallon hex after all. But speaking of the jungle val earlier, not all of it made its way into that 20-gallon hex. We did put some of that val in the 150 with Finley here. And to those of you wondering what that is on her forehead, yeah, I am preparing to take this little cave of hers out because that cave caused that. But fortunately, she is healing very well, eating great, so it looks like all is still going well here. But we added some jungle val here to her backdrop, and so far she's not digging it up and such. I thought she'd probably leave it alone based on the patch that we have here towards the front. But nice little added addition to the aquascape for Finley. She is such a prima donna. Look at her, she loves the camera. Of course, right as I say that, she starts turning away from it. Come on, you're not fooling us. You know you love the camera. Nah, she's actually just like, here you go. Get on my stripes.
Yes.
She is something else, guys. I think he really likes the valves as well, because I've seen her sometimes swimming through it all and such, which I think is why some of them are bent over and such, which is probably why they're all leaning over and such. But it's a nice little addition, and I've been meaning to add some backdrop plants to her tank, and who knows, we might add a little bit more if this keeps going well. And right next to Finley and her new jungle val, we have a new tank. Yes, this is the 60-gallon breeder that was just recently released. We got this during our visit from Aquatic Marine, as some of you might remember. So those of you that don't know about 60-gallon breeders, it's essentially exactly the same dimensions as our 75s over there, only this 60-gallon breeder is just shorter. But all the other dimensions are literally the same. In terms of what I'm going to put in this, and don't worry, this is not where this tank is going to stand. This is just a temporary position for this. In terms of what I'm going to put into this, not going to go too much into that, because while I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to put in this, still mulling over a couple of options, which we'll talk about later here. The next tank we'll visit here real quick is a 10-gallon tank where we have the Platinum Dumbo Ear Beta. Yes, the second beta we got from MB Betas at Aquaticon. Currently lives inside this 10-gallon all by himself. Got a sponge filter and a hang on the back working in here. I only have him by himself in here in this 10-gallon because probably gonna ditch this tank here soon and get him a bigger tank here. While a 10-gallon is a nice home for a Betta, got something else in mind that I think is gonna be even greater than this. As you can see, he likes to swim through the plants here, so I also put some of the final strands of Jungle Val I had in here as well. Once we move him into his new tank later on, I'm probably gonna do live plants, gonna get rid of these fake ones. Just didn't want to have a bare tank for him when I put him in here. Wanted to give him a little bit of an aquascape here. Not the greatest thing, but you know, it's better than nothing. And again, this tank for him will only be temporary, but more on what I have planned for this Platinum Beauty later on. As we move on from this tank, I noticed we have another watcher here, keeping an eye on me as I create this video. It's Mac, our Maboo Puffer. And look at how much bigger he's already gotten, guys. He is already about 4.5 inches. Still okay for a few more months in this 40-gallon breeder, but it's getting closer and closer to time to moving him over to his next grow out tank, which we'll have a video coming up on that here in the relatively near future. Not 100% on a timetable here, but probably before the summer is through is we'll probably need to at least start working on getting the move in progress here, because as you see, he's growing fast. And much like Finley, as you can see, he is not shy to say hello to the camera, which is great. He's a beautiful fish, so he's very photogenic. And the final tank we'll take a quick gander at is my 54-gallon bow front corner tank here, which of course, as you all know, is home to the figure 8 puffers. But as you can see, they're not alone anymore. We got some mollies swimming in with our trio of figure 8 puffers now. These mollies are ones that we've got from Aquatic Marine here. As you can see, we got one right here. This is a beautiful one right here. This is a sailfin molly right here. As you can see, we also got a Dalmatian molly here. We got a jet black molly here. And somewhere in here there's a 4th molly. Ah, there he is. He's over here by the Texas Holy Rock. Another jet black molly there. In addition to these mollies and the figure 8 puffers, there is one more addition. And he is under that rock. And you probably can't see him very well, but fortunately, I know how we can lure him out of there. These bloodworms here will not only feed our mollies and figure 8 puffers here, they always enjoy a good dosage of bloodworms. Sometimes they'll even take down some frozen krill, brine shrimp. The mollies and such will still sometimes take flake or vibrobites. They love that stuff. But these bloodworms will definitely also lure out our final occupant that we have yet to see in this tank. Hey, there he is right there, guys. The night Goby is out and about now. We didn't have to wait very long for that to work. As you can see, he goes all around the substrate making sure nothing goes unclaimed, and if something is unclaimed, he will claim it for himself. The black spots on him though, he is a pretty one. This night Goby we ended up getting from Aquatic Marine here, and usually he likes to hide in those rocks. That little crevice there is kind of his favorite, but whenever we got food out, this is the more of the norm for him. He loves to come out then and make sure every bit of food is done, and he's a nice little cleanup crew. I have bumped up the salinity or specific gravity in here to about 1.011 in here, just under 12 honestly. These guys, the mollies and the night Goby, were all kept in brackish water at Aquatic Marine at 1.010, so not much of a change, but still acclimated very easily. The moral of the story is, yes, with some species of puffers, you can indeed keep other fish with them. So far, as I record this, it's been about a week and a half since we got back from Aquaticon, 10 days to be precise. I so far have not seen any trouble between them, the night Goby, or the mollies, any way around that. Obviously, we'll make sure that things continue to be that way, but I think there's plenty of space in here where they'll have enough territory to share amongst themselves here. And even if the puffers do get a little cranky, which as you can see, they're swimming by each other, not showing any signs of aggression. I didn't think there would be, because in the 3 that I've had for a little over a year have never really shown that much signs, if hardly any signs of aggression towards each other. So overall, I think it's these mollies and the night goby are a nice addition to this 54 corner. And that, fish fam, is what we brought back from Tennessee, from Aquaticon and Aquatic Marine. As you can see, lots of great stuff here, which means lots of great stuff coming up here in the future. Fish fam, be sure to leave me a comment below. What's your favorite new addition down here? If you had that 60-gallon breeder, what would you put in it? And of course, if you like these little fish room updates, give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel and not done so already, consider clicking the subscribe button to stay in the loop with everything I do. Gonna have plenty more fish room updates here as we get going here with the revamping here and releasing of the old tanks and bringing in some new tanks here as well. Plenty more on that here down the road here, along with some fish updates. Plenty more coming ahead here. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video and for all the continuous support you give. I will see you all in my next video, fish fam. Stay fantastic.